Hello, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. My name is Julie, and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. Today's card features this stamp set called Spruced Up, and I'm using a couple of the stamps, but I'm also using the dies that go with these trees. So I'm going to show you what I did. I prepared some of this ahead of time. So there's the two trees, the large and the small. So I took those two dies. Then I went into my stash of designer series paper and I actually pulled out a retired celebration set of paper. This was called Peaceful Prints. And if you recall, it was this one in black, red, white, and Sahara Sand, also some green in there. So for this card, just find 3 or 4 different prints of your designer series paper and pull those out. What you're going to do with those is a bunch of die cutting. So I ran these 2 dies through the machine with the different designer series paper. Now what you might not notice at first glance is the way that these 2 dies work. So they will not only cut out the tree shape, but also the outline all in one step. So you end up getting this image or these 2 pieces out of this one die. So you can see I've got a variety of trees. I did some in cherry cobbler, some in Sahara Sand, and then a bunch of trees in the designer series paper. So now we're going to use those to create our card. All right, I'm just going to slide those out of the way. Here's the 2 dies that I used. All right, I'm starting with a card base that is cherry cobbler, 8.5 by 5.5. This is scored at 4 1/4 inches and folded. This is going to be a card that opens this way. So I'm going to burnish that crease with my bone folder. There's our card base. Then I have a piece of Sahara Sand. This is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have a piece of designer series paper. This is cut 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So this is going to get attached to the Sahara Sand. I wanted this subtle print here to be the background of my card. And then finally, I have one more piece of basic white. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. This is going to go on the inside of the card. All right, so then I attached this panel to the front of my card. And then all we're going to do is start playing with all those tree cutouts and create a little scene. All right. That went together very quickly. All right, so now with my cutouts, I'm just going to kind of start playing with them. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a layout here, and then once I'm happy with it, I will go ahead and glue these down. I think I'll take this one. That's going to look good. How about a solid? Maybe that'll go over here. Let's get one of these plaids. This is the Sahara Sand and white plaid. I think I'm going to put that one there. So as you can see, even without much forethought, if you just have a bunch of pieces to draw from. I'm using most of the large trees right now. This was the smaller one. These ones are large. And then I think I'll put a small one right here. And you can see I still have lots to choose from. Something like that. All right, so I'm just going to slide those out of the way and start attaching them. This tree was cut out of cherry cobbler. I'm going to go ahead and let it stick out a little bit higher than my designer series paper. This one I will stop at the edge of the paper. And this one next to it. So as you can imagine, you could do this look with all different papers, even different colors. What about just doing it in green and white? Or blue and white? Okay, let's bring in this plaid one. We're going to overlap a little bit now. Now I'm doing all of these just flat with my liquid glue. If you wanted maybe the top 2 or 3 to be raised with dimensionals, you could certainly do that. And then this one, I want to bring it way down, like so. Look, we're just building a little scene. And this one. All right, there are my trees all in place. Then I'm going to take the stamp from that stamp set, the stamp set called Spruced Up. And stamp here on the front. Then on the inside panel, in the center but slightly raised up higher, and then watch what we're going to do on the inside of the card. Let's use one of these outlines and just put the tiniest little dabs of glue all around this edge, just enough to hold it in place. You can see that. And let's put that outline right there. Oh, that's cute. All right. This is going to go on the inside of the card base. And then at that point, we can determine if this needs anything else. All right, that turned out super cute. At this point, because it's kind of a minimalist look, you could certainly leave it as it is. Or what if we come in with some of these festive pearls? Reaching for a tool here, can't quite get it. There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put some of these on this one, and then I'll show you a finished card with and a finished card without. All right, I'm going to do 1, 2, we'll do 3. Yep, 2 kind of close together, 1 far away. Makes sort of like a triangle, which is usually pleasing to the eye. And there you have it. So here, let's slide these extra. I have lots of extra trees. I can make a couple more of these cards. So with our die cutting done ahead of time, that saved a lot of time. So here's one with some embellishment. And here's one without, whichever is your favorite. Thank you for watching today. Please do open the description underneath this video and you'll find lots of helpful information, including a host code if you will be ordering product from my online store. Until next time, see you later.